by 3 now.
Fantilli, Brindley, and Rutger McGroarty, the forward combination for Michigan. They have some firepower on the ice right now.
Fantilli leads the nation in scoring, 19 goals, 48 points.
Fantilli carries it across the line. McGroarty is along the near boards, but Ohio State takes back over. It's Dunlap breaking across center. Dunlap trying to get it back. And the play just kind of petered out. There's Dunlap. But the train was coming in his direction. Regula trouble with it. Here's Hallam. The shot right on. No rebound released from Jakub Dobeš.
Jakub Dobeš, 6'4" Montreal Canadiens draft pick. And he has been the #1 guy in net for 2 seasons now for these Buckeyes. And to a man, they say he's the best goalie in college hockey. And it's not easy to score on him if you're the opponent or if you're in an Ohio State practice.
Head coach Steve Rollick has to remind him that you don't have to be perfect because you're never going to be.
That's the same thing they told Dominik Hasek all the time, too. Another Czech goalie who was pretty good.
Estapa buzzing around in the offensive zone. Nolan back defensively, deals with the forecheck. Thiesing trying to glove that puck, unable to. It's Duke holding in for Michigan. TJ Hughes forechecking there, number 13 for the Wolverines. Jars that puck loose, giving to Duke. Out on the point, that shot. Ripped there by Jake Karanen. Another shot gets through. Patted aside by...
To get that ground game going. They averaged over 5 yards a carry, did the Browns. So that's kind of the contrast in styles between these two teams. Big play versus a team that grinds it out.
Fantilli, McGroarty, and Samoskevich roaming the ice here for Michigan. Fantilli barging his way there on the forecheck. There's McGroarty. McWard deals with him. McGroarty spots Ethan Edwards on the point. Few shifty moves to buy some time. Edwards shooting one. That bounces wide. Fantilli, good strong stick lift there in front. Fantilli off the goalpost. First good chance of this game of Adam Fantilli.
Adam Fantilli looking for his 20th goal of the season. And he's able to walk out front, get his own rebound, and he rips it right off the iron. If you haven't heard the name Luke Hughes yet, that's because the potential All-American penalty coming. 6 points, left the game Thursday and unavailable today. Lots of good players on Michigan, though, Brandon Naurato says.
Michigan was 0 for 5 Thursday night against Ohio State. Fantilli. In the midst of a Michigan power play, Fantilli just lets that puck go to TJ Hughes. Edwards sneaking in from the point. Loses it. Had some room that didn't shoot it. Brindley, McGroarty, firing glove stop. Jakub Dobeš.
Thursday at Value City Arena in the 3-3 tie.
McGroarty didn't have time to let that shot go. Nazar. 25 seconds left on this Wolverine power play. One-timer from Edwards, and Dobeš has not allowed anything close to a read.
Has improved upon, and that his ability, and Steve Rollick likes as many stoppages as possible on a penalty kill because an opportunity for a face-off win and a clear. And at 6'4", Jakub Dobeš, if he can hold his edges, he can cover a lot of ground and not give much mesh behind him for opponents to look at when they're shooting.
As we heard in our pregame tease, just under 12 minutes to go in this opening period. Holtz defensively there, jars that puck loose for Brindley. Fantilli now taking a wave at it as well. And Holtz in Michigan, now it's Brindley.
He was gone.
Puck just wouldn't cooperate. Now a penalty upcoming to Ohio State as McGroarty
is with the outlet pass for Ryan Brindley. And yeah, the linesman was right there at almost 25%.
Samoskevich, a little casual there. Jake Wise steals it, but Michigan able to grab it right back. Fantilli, projected to be a top 3 NHL draft choice next summer. Fantilli. Seamus Casey, Samoskevich, the forward, back on the point. Minute 20 to go on this power play for the Wolverines. Casey to Samoskevich. Hughes centers it. Airborne pass knocked down by Fantilli. Casey will tuck it back on the point. Samoskevich. That shot is blocked in the 2023 NHL draft. And he comes into this game on a 10-game point streak. 8 goals, 22 points during that stretch. He was the National Player of the Month in all of college hockey for January. And when people talk about Connor Bedard and Adam Fantilli, whoever gets Adam Fantilli second overall, that's no consolation prize. He's going to be a top 6 NHL forward for a long, long time. 6'2", 195, and he's not afraid to utilize that size as well.
Yeah, he'll play the game any way you want.
Brindley centers, and that's launched wide. McGroarty with the chance in front. 4 white sweaters there guarding the blue line. Brindley awaits the puck's arrival along the boards. It's Edwards to McGroarty. Brindley is circling, trying to create. Returning to McGroarty. Pass behind Frank Nazar. And Ohio State
on a hit on Frank Nazar, and was stated 2-minute minor. So you challenge and you're not successful, it costs you your timeout, but Michigan stays on the power play here.
Fantilli working it around. Casey. TJ Hughes trying to shirk.
4th overall, not available on the Michigan blue line, and he, of course, is their power play quarterback.
One of the best in the nation, if not the best in the nation. At a lot of things, not just quarterbacking. Fantilli from the boards here. Michigan on a power play. Scooter Bricky there trying to clear it. Duke holding in. Second. Ooh, a little risky there. And then Portillo, after almost turning the puck over. Period. Singleton beaten to the puck. It's Brindley. The escape man there for Michigan. Now it's Brindley on the forecheck. Gets a piece of the defenseman Nazar in the vicinity too. Ohio State beats that forecheck. It's Tate Singleton on the move. Singleton goes towards the goal and gets flattened. Bricky on the point. Maneuvers it around. There's Duke. Nazar trying to take it away. Duke keeps it. And there's Ohio State now. Down low was Guzzo with a look. Singleton in the midst of a little scrap. That's not surprising here with Gavin Brindley.
If he's on your team, you love him. If he's on the other team, well, that's what you get with Gavin Brindley. At the shot.
Brooke has more on the seniors.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of the experience out of this group, guys, compiled, this group has seen action in 1,087 games. Now, Coach said that the leadership and the experience has really helped.
In front. And that shot blocked. 33 seconds to go. Michigan now. The other way, it's Nolan Moyle, the low drive. Patted aside. Mason Lowride, number 6. Seems to be a future star in the National Hockey League. A draft choice of the Boston Bruins. Just getting his legs underneath him once again. Has missed the offseason due to injury rehabilitation. McGroarty there, nosing around for it. Michigan now breaking across center. Fantilli dumping it in. Brindley first to it. Kicks it back on the point. Here's Seamus Casey. Casey, McGroarty, Dobeš the save, rebound, and that's blocked at the defense. Bricky with the block. Michigan the pressure. Dobeš the stop. Brindley picks it up. Dobeš down, pads to the side. McGroarty looking for a rebound. It's Scooter Bricky.
Coming up for an outstanding chance as Casey walks it down the board. You see McGroarty back off into a quiet area. He's got an excellent chance. There's also a rebound chance for Gavin Brindley. Rutger McGroarty, first-round draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets, and the last player the Jets took in the first.
For Tyler Duke. Michigan still keeping it in. Moyles in front of the backhand, dribbles a shot through, and Dobeš has it. Samoskevich the other way, bearing down on goal. Fantilli shooting one, and Dobeš gets a piece of that Fantilli drive.
Travis Trelar, and he does exactly that. And Mackie Samoskevich finding Michigan's leading goal scorer, Adam Fantilli, for a point.
Dobeš and the goal post.
That's 3 pipes now for Michigan. But as some goalies say, you want me to stop the ones that aren't going in too?
Tillo sees that through a maze. Nobody wanted that puck. A little indecision there, and finally it's Brindley with it. Brindley will tip it in. Tears in after it on the forecheck. Just trying to get settled in the offensive zone of this power play. 90 seconds to go. Brindley back on the point. This aggressive penalty kill, though. No time or room for Michigan. Hallam works it around. Edwards back and forth with Brindley. Hallam is knocked down in front. And it gives it.
And then it's trouble in an outnumbered situation down low.
Fantilli, speaking of trouble, sprays some snow there. It's Ohio State now the other way. Guzzo. Seamus Casey handles that forecheck well. Starts the attack for Michigan with 35 seconds to go on the power play. Fantilli in front, kicking it back to Casey. Dobeš with the glove save.
Wolverines to kick it back to the New Jersey Devils draft pick, but look at Dobeš. He knows he's got players on either side ready to box out. So he telescopes out real high, sees the threat, recognizes it, and when you're 6'4", Seamus Casey doesn't have a whole lot to shoot at.
With a little flair to make sure Michigan knows that he gloved that puck. There he doesn't have to make a save. It's blocked at the defense. Keep in with the skate. 18 seconds to go on the power play. TJ Hughes. One-timer. Shores of Lake Erie, that wind is always whipping, so you see the spectators dressing a little warmly today. Very intelligent decision. Right in front, Michigan now looking for that first goal. Jakub Dobeš, big-time stop there on Jackson Hallam.
On Thursday night, but 3 Buckeyes behind the goal line, and that's trouble when the 2 Wolverines come up with a puck, and Jackson Hallam all alone tries to go forehand, backhand, and Jakub Dobeš says, not outside in front of 40,000 plus.
Love watching that snow spray up on those. New this afternoon, Brooke Fletcher as well. It's a unique event. And more than just a game, a lot of games being played over these few weeks. Now Michigan, there was. So we check in with Brooke for more turned up ice. Mastapa slides it in. Dobeš again. Up the wall, Casey holding in. But Halliday.
5 freshmen leading their teams in scoring in the Big Ten. A lot of talent, a lot of young talent in Big Ten hockey.
Maybe use those boxing skills at the next level as well.
Can't use them at this one.
Not just for the footwork here.
As Adam Fantilli found out last week. Had to miss a game because he was called for a fighting major against Michigan State, which carries with it an automatic disqualification for the next game.
Clever little play for Ohio State to break that puck out, made by Lowry. Duke the shot, penalty upcoming to Ohio State power play. It's expired. McGroarty across the line. Fantilli gets a second crack at it, looking for the Michigan. Instead twirls it in front. Brindley loses it. There's Fantilli back checking, but Ohio State carries it across center. Finally, Rutger McGroarty catches up to it. Ethan Edwards.
You know, like Andres Portillo, he was hoping that his father, Zdenek, would be able to make the trip. Unfortunately, not able to, but he watches every game. 7-hour time difference. So Zdenek, Dobeš, you know, we heard about the helmet of Jakub Dobeš, and there's the dad and the family dog, Caesar, who passed away last summer, but they always sat and watched every game at various times and dates. Whenever the Buckeyes were playing, away they go.
I love it, celebrating his childhood dog, Caesar. So here we are, 4:59 to play in the second period. Fresh ice. You always can't say that with 4:59 to go in the second period.
Yeah, so it's still the long change for the final 4:50 of this second frame.
Gildon snapping it in. There's Fantilli using that long reach. Ohio State, though, keeps possession. Mason Lowry tossing it down low. Out top, McWard's shot blocked by McGroarty. Ethan Edwards faking like he was going to slap that puck up the ice. Instead reverses to Brindley. Gildon. Lowry dancing his way in. Lowry trying to spin it across to Jake Wise. Took a deflection. Good puck movement here from Ohio State. Edwards and Lowry entangled behind the goal. Pried loose by Cam Thiesing. Thiesing cuts, couldn't fire. Brindley looking to go the other way. Breakaway passes. Here's Seamus Casey. Casey carries, fires. Dobeš reaches out with the left hand. Michigan coming close. Michigan, they get a goal. Finally on the board. Gavin Brindley bags the first Wolverine goal.
Well, we showed you the face-offs through 35 minutes, 33. But this is a Michigan win by Adam Fantilli. And that face-off play where Gavin Brindley comes off the wall, circles around the top of the circle, and he makes no mistake. And Michigan has answered quickly, just like Ohio State did on Thursday night. Every time Michigan scored, it seemed Ohio State came right back.
When it went 2-0, you felt the game might open up. Is it going to tighten back up now that it's a one-goal game?
Well, Michigan doesn't do a whole lot of tightening up from what I've seen them play this season. They'd rather beat you 6-5 than 2-1 or 3-2.
An undisciplined Ohio State penalty there. Lowry, their young superstar defenseman.
Involved with Gavin Brindley, looked like a loose
backhand shot. Easily dealt with by Eric Portillo. Buckeyes have returned to full strength. Prancing his way across center. This is Adam Fantilli. Fantilli goes down. That's a penalty on Cole.
They need to find one. Giving up a shorty, and the power play would at least draw them even that way.
Fantilli. This is Mackie Samoskevich. Dobeš guides it to the corner. Hughes wants it in front. It goes to Fantilli instead. Fantilli shoots. That's tipped wide. And TJ Hughes, who is parked in front. Good keep in there by Hughes. Settles down the bouncing puck. Fires it wide. Samoskevich. Hughes gets it back. Fantilli to Seamus Casey. A lot of puck movement, not generating many shots so far. Minute 12 to go in the advantage. Samoskevich dropping down to his knees with Dobeš to pat it aside. Samoskevich. Here's Moyle. Flings it back on the point. Bad angle shot there from Estapa, and Jakub Dobeš has that solved. Good-looking pads on Jakub Dobeš as well, along with the special sweaters for the face-off on the lake.
Maybe his greatest asset for Jakub Dobeš is mental. Hates to get scored on even in practice, and he said, when I was a kid, My dad, who was a goalie, said, be like Hashem. He hated to get scored on, regardless of situation. Practice, games, whatever.
So ultra competitive, and there that shot's launched out of play right off the face-off.
Jakub Dobeš, one of 3 Big Ten netminders, named this past week as a Mike Richter Award semifinalist. The Richter Award annually goes to college hockey's most outstanding goalie.
Duke swats it in front.
In the net.
Low Ryan. Back for it. Brindley was hassling him. Fantilli turns it over. Gildon rolls it along the near boards, but Rutger McGroarty bodies down away from the puck.
Coming back from the World Junior Championships.
Low Ryan unable to clear it. There's Dobeš knocking the net off its moorings. You've seen both goaltenders do that. You see that different levels of pro hockey as well. Sometimes be a little controversial. Maybe intentionally doing it sometimes.
7-hour time difference between Cleveland and Jakub Dobeš's hometown of Ostrava in the Czech Republic. And his dad, Zdeněk, is watching, we're sure, so we'll say hi to him and hope he's enjoying the game overseas. Never misses a game.
Dobeš. Gotta ask him where number 44 comes from. Jakub Dobeš there. Ward. Got some time and room, lifts it up.
And I answer, he wears number 44 because it's the same number his brother Zdeněk wears in the North American Junior Hockey League.
Knew you would know.
I think it's a legit target number.
Wasn't that Todd Bertuzzi's number back in the day? Could be wrong. We'll stick to college hockey, Big Ten. 13:10 to go. Here in the third, rebound was there for Gildon.
Yeah, that was a juicy one. Maybe could have sealed the Wolverines' fate today.
Casey. They're on the forecheck for Ohio State. Rolled into Buckeye territory. Saw Fantilli. Holt starts the breakout. This is Rutger McGroarty. McGroarty to Brindley. Softly along the wall. Michigan trying to close down
His team, and knowing Steve Rollick, he was a proud dad because of that, because it's all about the team.
Jackson Hallam, they score the rebound. Ciccolini on the rebound, Michigan.
Whose career at Michigan has been beset by injuries. Gets a big goal, showing that hand-eye. Watch him pop it right out of midair here.
Moyle just gets on his horse wraparound attempt. Moyle gets his own rebound. He goes down to the ice with low ride. Again, they've been goalless on the power play this series versus Ohio State. Samoskevich, the chip, and now the chase. Duke back to the Buckeyes.
Yeah, look at that battle by Ty.
And they'll have to re-rack. Fantilli with the soft hands and the smooth skating style. Tyler Duke. Keaton Pearson. Seamus Casey now. Converged on by 2 Buckeyes, but a good job to deal with the pressure. Knock it down low. McGroarty reaching for it. McGroarty gets it. Ethan Edwards on the point. Sending it to a space where Gavin Brindley can maybe win it. Let's look at that list. Michigan's goal is empty as we take a look at the mic. Dobeš gets a piece of it. There's Hughes trying to jam it in. It's frozen long enough for a whistle.
TJ Hughes.
Dobeš dropping down to his knees and also protecting his crease there. He does so by making sure they maintain possession. Ripped in by Edwards. There's Duke right in front, looking for the one-timer. Brindley along the near. Fantilli loses it. Wide of the empty goal, not by much. Net empty, down by 2 with 2:05 to go. Hallam, great play to help keep that puck alive in the offensive zone down low. Dobeš, the save, rebound, a couple whacks at it. And Michigan just keeps it alive. Blocked in front. Down to 1:35 to go. Michigan dangerous again. Dobeš out to make the save and dealing with the rebound as Estapa jamming away at it. Jakub Dobeš not too happy with that.
Well, Blackhawks first rounder who scored his first college goal last Friday night. And Nazar is going to be a special player, no question. Especially if he returns to college next season. And then what would a game be between Michigan and Ohio State without a little extracurricular activity such as this?
Nazar, let's go for a little horseback riding there. 90 seconds to go. Michigan's net remains empty. Adam Fantilli dangling out top. Edwards. Brindley. Blocked. Rebound. Fantilli. Dobeš the stop. Hughes' shot. That's off. 70 seconds to go. Good stick lift there by Tate Singleton to help foil a Michigan opportunity. Fantilli firing it wide. TJ Hughes down low for Duke. Brindley now gets involved. Duke trying to center it. Back there with Brindley. Time running out on seconds. Pearson. Samoskevich racing towards the goal.
Samoskevich for Chicago.
10.7 left. Ohio State has it off the faceoff.